involved. Let's have a round of applause for Community Board 10. NewWorldStation, make some noise for them as well. The Harlem Arts Alliance, Health, Wealth, and Music Organization, and Voza Rivers, I think I'm saying that, hopefully I'm saying that correctly. You know, it's no secret that, you know, we're in trouble from community to community. You know, when you talk about the climate of where the country is with this current representation we have. You know, as somebody who lives, you know, in the DMV area, is what we call it. You know, Washington D.C., Maryland, Virginia. We're currently being misrepresented by probably one of the worst presidential associations to date, right? I think we kind of all agree on that, right? You know, and what America is truly supposed to stand for, not for just for people of black and brown color, but for our Native American brothers and sisters, for our Hispanic brothers and sisters, for anybody, you know, that just believes in what it's supposed to represent. We're being misrepresented right now, and I, you know, so me mobilizing and you know, I started my own foundation, the LoveLive Foundation. Thank you. I started some years ago. You know, and we're in transition. I'm currently, it's my personal goal to hopefully be full-time humanitarian, part-time musician. Not retiring, don't get nervous. But you know, it's a lot of work to be done. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of initiatives that are close to my heart. We want to move around and help as many people as we can. But I just want to, you know, just an ode to all the artists out there. We have any creatives or artists? Raise your hands. Yeah. It's no time like the present. It's no time like the present, and let's encourage the new millennials as well outside of these doors. Like, it's no time like the present to use your art to speak out for anything, any type of injustice, to speak against any type of injustice that you don't agree with. You know, as a creative, you know, I will continue to do what we do in the field, in the streets. You know, I'm a firm believer that as an artist, you know, if I go somewhere and they support my music, I should be able to go back and do some community work. So those are the rules that I live on. And again, I thank y'all. I'm gonna stick around for the Q&A.
Okay. It's all right. It's all right.
I'm going to stick around, turn it back over to the host for the Q&A portion of this. And again, thank you so much for the proclamation. You know, I don't do it for the accolades, I do it for the love, though, at the end of the day. You know, I mean, it's a lot of work to be done. Let's keep this energy going, as we say, right?
Keep the round of applause going. I got some questions. Can we do that?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to give Brother Raheem a few quick questions. You got a new single out. Congratulations.
I do. Thank you.
Congratulations on that.
Yes, sir.
Yes. You just got an interview about WBLS?
Yeah. We just hit me out. Yeah.
So, very quickly, in the interest of time, you write all your music, right? Correct?
I write all, you know, 99% of it.
Okay. All right. Where do you draw your inspiration from?
You know, where I draw my inspiration from as an artist, you know, I wear it on my sleeve. You know, I like to think I'm one of those artists. You know, I speak from personal experiences. I speak from vicarious experiences of my peers, my friends, things that I've seen in my neighborhood, things that I've experienced, you know, growing up. You know, whether that's positive or negative. I think that, you know, I'm a firm believer that you can save somebody's life through music. You know what I mean?
Very true.
You can birth love, you know, through hate. You know what I mean? You can change someone's views. You know what I mean? If you really just stick to your guns, and you can make an impact, you know, through words and sound. You know what I mean?
So, very well said. And as we continue, what's the motto? What's your advice you give through your music?
Oh man, I mean, definitely.
What do you live by?
My favorite, my favorite motto I would probably say is that I live by would be the love life. You know what I mean? It's simply like love life. And when I say that, you know, I call it the LoveLive Foundation the LoveLive Foundation, because every day I try to wake up and think about how I can change someone's life, you know, or impact somebody's life in a positive manner. You know what I mean? And it's not always just limited to music. You know, I've always been one of those artists who had a sense of a level of social consciousness, you know, lyrically in the music. So the transition into philanthropy, it was a very easy process for me. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you are, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, the old sayings, you gotta, if you're gonna walk the walk, you gotta talk the talk, and talk the talk and walk the walk.
That's one of my favorite mottos. Is that you out there by that too? I gotta walk the walk and I gotta talk the talk. So, how do you find balance between your career and your personal life?
I'll be honest with you, I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, it moves fast, man. You know, it's a lot to juggle. I know one of the main things here that kind of brought us together, and one of the focus points is mental illness. You know, I'm a person who too is affected by that directly, and, you know, 1 degree separation on both sides of my family. You know what I mean? So it's I know firsthand if it's anyone that you know that's going through that, or has a family member that's going through that. I know firsthand what you're dealing with, and if I could give you any advice, is that
on that mental health issue, obviously,
on that mental health issue in particular, is that you have to remember when you're dealing with someone with mental health issues, there may be periods where you feel like they've given up on themselves. But what's helped me to get through it is just knowing, like, is let them know, like, I'm not gonna give up on you. Right. You might be in a period of your life where you're giving up on yourself, but I'm not gonna give up on you. We're not gonna give up on you as family, as friends.
Give some energy to that. Don't give up. Never give up. There's always a better tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely.
And
but to answer your question, as far as, you know, time management in the world that I'm in, I'll be flat out, it's a challenge, you know. I'm a father, I'm a son, you know what I mean. I'm the breadwinner, and I'm an activist. So, you know, with you know, you put in the work, but there's, you know, there are huge sacrifices that are made. You know what I mean. In any war or any battle, there are sacrifices going to be made. You know what I mean? And so I'm aware of that, you know.
Sacrifices are definitely key in life. And with that being said, what sacrifices or lifestyle changes have you made that you can say you're a better person for today?
I think for me, just my eating habits, you know what I mean, and just trying to eat a little cleaner. You know, I'm kind of like young OG status now, man. First album came out 13 years ago. You know, I did my first deal back in 2002. You know, I can safely say that I've been involved. I've had my music career. I've been in the game probably, you know, going on 20 years now. You know, but probably over 20 years ago, I stopped eating meat and certain things. You know, just changing my diet and being conscientious of that. And I think that's definitely been able to, you know, keep me going, you know what I mean? You know, and then just staying away for certain things, you know what I mean? It's just like, you know, when we talk about drugs and certain things, it's just like, you know, just how I came up. You know, I think that we live in an era now where new millennials where drug abuse and dependency is like celebrated. You know what I mean? And that's a sad thing, you know what I mean? Like,
you spoke about K2.
Yeah, which is something that's definitely running rampant in DC, where I'm from. We have the same issues there, and you know, when I heard the brother speaking, I took it upon myself to say, like, whatever you need, that, you know, if it's some way that I can be involved as a national recording artist, you know, to help fight to help fight and become part of that movement, I would love to, because it's something that's like definitely like killing our youngins and just got them lost right now. You know what I mean? And so we gotta find our way back. You know, we gotta find our way back.
Well, thank you, brother. You here and you're strong. I see you. Keep it moving. And what is it? Love life.
The Love Life, yeah.
Love Life movement, y'all.
Yeah.
Give that up, the Love Life movement. Raheem DeVaughn.
For any more information on what I do, feel free to log on to Love Life Foundation, DMV.org. Once again, that's Love Life Foundation, DMV.org. Hopefully we can partner in the future here in the city, in the borough, and what have you. And definitely I encourage you to come out to Harlem weekend, Harlem, you know, for the experience. I'm performing tomorrow right around 5 p.m., you know. And,
yeah, please come back. This is Harlem week, y'all, so he will be performing tomorrow. So this is just a little, how do I say, brief introduction to our brother, a strong brother doing it well.
Yeah,
so we want to pick up Raheem DeVaughn and also District 10, okay? Community District 10.